Hello guys, today we will be looking at our new video which you have to watch before coming to the class, and this is a video for creative strategy and communication, and we will discuss this soon. So today's class, let's talk about something very basic. We have heard the word strategy. As you can see, it's there on your screen now. Strategy. Many people have a vague idea about what strategy might be. Many have a real good idea about what strategy might be. Some have heard the word but have no idea what strategy might be. So, today's class, we will try to decipher this very commonly used word but commonly misunderstood word also. So, today's class will be on what is strategy. Okay, so let's see the key text from which I have taken um, the books. The books are here. Advertising, everyone needs to know. Advertising Theory by Shelley Rogers and Esther Thompson. Creative Strategy in Advertising by Bonnie Druniani and Jerome Juler. These are the texts. You can also refer to any online material you get, as long as it takes into consideration what exactly strategy is. Okay, so let's start with the first few slides. As usual, I like to start with a quote, and today's quote is this very common quote, very normally used quote: success is 20% skills and 80% strategy. You might know how to succeed, but more importantly, what's your plan to succeed? That gives you an idea about what strategy might be. Success is, for any company, for any person, for any human being, brand, idea, value, service, whatever it is, success is 20% skills. You need to have skills. That doesn't mean that you cannot have skills, but 80% is how to use those skills and create success out of these skills. We are teaching you skills. You have some skills on your own. We'll enhance those skills this semester, next semester. This entire year is about building your skills, building your development, building your competency for becoming a better digital media marketer, a better production person, a better advertising person, a better reporter, whatever it is you want to become after this course. All right, so success is 80% skills and 80% strategy and 20% skills. You might know how to succeed, but more importantly, what's your plan to succeed? This is said by Jim Rohn. I want to go for you to go and check out every quote I tell you. Please go ahead and check who that person is, what is his or her role in digital media marketing. I might be taking from various places, but it's always related somewhere to my subject. So Jim Rohn, go ahead, check who is Jim Rohn, and let me know whenever I ask you who is Jim Rohn. Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritties of strategy. What is strategy is what we are going to see today. And the first step, the first thing which we need to understand is strategy is very simply an outline of how the business intends to achieve its goals. Now, every business will have some goal. Most of it is to make money. But to make money, there are other sub goals. Create a market, promote, create a loyal user base, create a wonderful product, wonderful service, solve a problem. All these things are there. These are all goals. And strategy is very simply an outline of how a business intends to achieve its goals. All right. The goals are the objective. The strategy sets out the route to that objective, right? Let's take an example of you going from one place to another. Let's say you're going on a 10-day tour. Okay, wrong example during lockdown, I understand, but let's take that because it's easy to understand. When you go on a 10-day tour, let's say you go to North India, or you go for a trekking tour, or you go on a eco tour, you have a objective. You want to see, let's say, historical monuments, or you want to savor the different cuisines of the savor the cuisines of different places. So you'll have a strategy. You'll have to book your tickets. You have to have a goal. You have to map out your destinations. You have to choose destinations. You have to eliminate destinations. You want to go 10 places, you might not be able to go to 10 places. Maybe you can go to 6 or 7 places in 10 days. So the goals are the objectives which you have. The strategy is the route to that objective. Now, don't get too literal here, which when I'm saying about a trip, it's not the route which you take. Let's say you want to go to Delhi, you have many routes to go. You can go from here to Mumbai and Mumbai to Delhi, or you can go from here to Bangalore and Bangalore to Delhi, or you can go from here to Chennai and Chennai to Delhi. So many different routes are available. That's not the route which I'm talking about. Of course, in this case, that is the one of the strategies how you will use. Maybe Bangalore is one of the places you want to visit. So from Bangalore, you'll go to Bangalore, spend a day over there, and from there you go to Delhi, whatever. So that's your objective and that's your strategy. Okay, so what is strategy? In the early stages, let's take a business for example. In the early stages, business objectives are usually fairly simple, right? So it's to survive. Of course, you have to have survival as one of the goals, and to achieve growth targets, which means that the business needs to have a certain target in the place in the first place, right? They have to keep a target, make some targets, and then go ahead and achieve those targets. And achieving those targets, the way you achieve it, the outline of achieving this target is known as strategy. Okay, strategies are correspondingly simple when it comes to the business. When it is in the first stage, let's say you're starting a business, the strategies are correspondingly simple as well, and often they don't even need to be committed on paper. We have a sales team, we have a product, we have a marketing budget, we go ahead and do it, right? For a smaller company, for a startup. But as the company grows, right, as the company grows, it's enough that everyone in the company understands where it is going and how will it get there, because the company is smaller in the beginning stages, right? uh, no need to write a strategy document, which is one of the things which we use. Strategy document is not required for a smaller company, for a new company, for a startup. Okay, everybody is there on board. But as the business grows, so does the need for coordination. But as the business grows, in the beginning, maybe I have my office only in Mumbai. As the business grows, I need to have offices in different places. It might be Mumbai, Bangalore, Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, so many different places, and this needs coordination. And accordingly, there is a need for a mutually agreed and accepted strategy for the business, right? Mutually accepted strategy for the business. So ultimately, the role of strategy is to achieve a competitive advantage for an organization. Competitive advantage for an organization. A competitive advantage is what sets the company apart from its competitors, right? So if you see, let's say Spotify, I think you have heard of the company's app Spotify. It's $1 billion company now, $1 billion app. Pandora was there earlier. It's still there, I think, but Pandora didn't have a good strategy, I believe. But Spotify came and it had a competitive advantage. And if you have used Spotify, and if you have not used Spotify, go and check out what Spotify is and what is their strategies, because that's what we're going to discuss. I want you to go and check out what is Spotify. You don't have to install the app, but go and read about how Spotify has created a strategy. We'll discuss this immediately in the class following this, like the class where we will discuss Spotify strategy. So what is the competitive advantage of Spotify? I can see Spotify's competitive advantage in two ways. One is that it has a big user base and it has a lot of data which they collect. Okay, so I have Spotify, I create a playlist and I open it up for public. Okay, maybe one of you have joined Spotify and you show your interests. Okay, my interest is this, and you get the playlist. So user generated playlists are already available, and it has around 35 million songs on it, podcast songs, everything. So all these things are created in a playlist, and you can choose your playlist. You can make your playlist and upload it, but you can also use other people's playlists which are made public by the user. So that's one competitive advantage which Pandora did not have. Okay, so that's why Spotify has become $20+ billion and Pandora is still 4 billion thing, even though Pandora came earlier. The second competitive advantage is the UI. Sorry, not the UI, the data. The huge amount of data which they collect and which they have at their, and they can use artificial intelligence. The more you use Spotify, the more Spotify can give you recommendations based on your likes and dislikes. Now, that's another competitive advantage. So the role of strategy is to achieve competitive advantage. With that, I will stop this class, and this will be in the next class. Watch this and read about Spotify, read about strategy, and I'll ask you everyone what is strategy, and we'll have some case studies. I'll give you some case studies live and you tell me what can be the strategy. We have much more things to discuss about strategy. This is just a beginning. I have other videos lined up, but this is for the next class. Okay, so thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you during the live class.